guys, it's Kevin again, and in this video I'm going to be reviewing to the Millers, Season 1, Episode 4, The Mother Is In. Okay, so now that we've reached, like, the 4 episodes of The Millers, here's what I'm going to say about this show. I still think that it's probably the funniest comedy out of all the comedies that have premiered this year, and one of the other things I love about this episode was the major character development. We got a lot of character development with Carol, especially Carol, and especially Nathan. I mean, we got a lot of character development with those two characters, and I really love that. This episode is basically about, we see that Nathan is kind of, he's yawning at, his work, basically. Whenever he does the news, he ends up yawning. And, his friend is basically, I can't remember the name of his friend, but he's basically telling him how you need to go, to a therapist or something. So he goes to a therapist, basically, and to talk about his mother and how he feels about his mother. And the therapist, by the way, was absolutely hilarious. I thought the therapist stole the show this episode. Like, the techniques that he had, especially the singing one, where he wanted them to sing out their problems, that was hilarious, I thought. I thought that was great. But basically, Carol ends up hearing about all of these, things that's happening in Nathan and everything. And she suspects something suspicious is going on with him because he keeps disappearing at different times. She feels something suspicious is going to him. And I love the part where she calls the numbers and they're, the one woman answers and she's like, "Sorry, I had to put you off hold. Let's talk mom to mom." And that was really funny. And then we had another scene after that where basically she decides that she does go to the therapist and she sets Tom and her up. Tom thinks they're actually there to, for counseling and everything. She's like, "Oh, no, you only need counseling when someone has sex with somebody else." I thought that was really funny when she's like, when someone has sex with someone else, that's when you need the counseling and everything. But basically, she ends up reading what Nathan thinks of her, and this kind of upsets her, but, this kind of upsets Carol because she doesn't realize that Nathan really does think of her in that way. And by the way, I love the scene in the beginning where we got to see what it's like living with her. It was really, really funny when we got to see all those scenes. That was definitely one of the funniest parts of the episode was that part right there. But when we basically got to see that, she gets really upset. But then he basically tells her that, it's not that he doesn't like her, it's that sometimes it's hard to live with her, and she says she's sorry if that happens to him and everything, and I really like that we got some character development here, because we really got to see how Nathan truly feels about living with Carol. So then we see that, he's back on the news, and he ends up not yawning. And then at the end, we get probably the funniest scene in the episode, in my opinion. I think this was definitely one of the funniest scenes, was, the scene where we see Adam and Tom, they're there for the therapist, and they're singing out their problems to the therapist. I thought that was hilarious. So yeah, this episode was definitely very funny. I thought it was definitely, the show just keeps getting funnier and funnier. It really is. It just is just so funny, and I love it so much. And next week's episode looks like it's Halloween, and the promo looks hilarious, so I can't wait for that. Let me know what you guys saw this episode. I will see you guys in the next video. Okay, bye.